Pilgrims. Whiteout's still a threat, Chapter 3. Ice turns to steam as the whiteout wanes, but the return of the whiteouts has sobered even the brashest among us. We cannot rely on just one city to survive, the Pilgrims argue. The whiteouts are still a danger. We must settle strong, sheltered locations, and there's nothing stronger than a site with foundations of a generator in place, like Winterhome. A cursed place, but large enough to support a growing population, the roots of its generator still hold strong in the frozen earth. If New London falls to whiteouts, we all fall. We need to settle Winterhome as our second city. And it says we must change our plans. Chapter 3: Return to Winterhome. Hi everyone, I'm Inane Babbler and welcome to another episode of a Let's Play for Frostpunk 2. This is Chapter 3, where we're going to go and colonize Winterhome. Or will we? Past the gorge of the Cursed Valley lies the failed city of Winterhome. Our scouts have avoided the ruins for years. Yet it's the only place we know of that can support our second city. We must reach for Winterhome and chart the area around it. We should take the time to prepare resources and workforce. Returning to Winterhome will pose significant challenges. I see. What is this person saying? Maria Goodman. She is journaling to improve her memory. The minutes, hours, days rot inside me. I feel it, I smell it, I cannot escape the rancid stench of time. My name is Maria. I am an endless maw. Who visits me? My name is Maria. I eat and I eat and I eat and I eat. I wonder if that pilgrim woman will bathe me today. I wonder if we'll have cake today. They will not let me die. Okay, it says the reason for that is the pilgrims will never forget that we forced the elderly to live against their wishes. Okay, well, we have a bunch of towns still, right? Oh, and things that are uncovered here. What's this? Outpost 11. Outpost 11 contains a military warehouse from before the frost. Over many years, a settlement here salvaged its contents for materials and cores, at one point temporarily declaring independence from New London. Now the warehouse is empty. We could use it as a storage facility or salvage the remains of the settlement. Well, if we salvage, we get 100,000 materials. If we reestablish, it will greatly increase our stockpile limits. Let's do that. Yeah. Okay. Nansen's Storm Watch. The place where Fridtjof Nansen was last seen just before the Great Storm hit. The captain later ordered the walls strengthened and the larder extended. Our expeditions can use this base to rest and supply. It will increase exploration speed. Let's do that. There's another one over here to increase that. Yeah, it's over here. We need a core to actually do it though. Collecting the coal. Yeah, let's get that. What are we waiting for on that? Harvesting in here. Yeah, we need that food. These are nomads that are willing to integrate. So, yep, we need them too. All right, let's uncover. Where's the storm? Oh, it's that way. Well, let's see. Can we research this? Let's look at this valley. How about this valley? Okay, I think we're good. We'll just get a whole bunch of exploration out of the way. Alright, what I just did is going to open up a lot of stuff for us. So while they're doing that, we're going to take a look at our situation here. How you doing over here at Old Dreadnought? You're low on goods. Let's change that ratio of exchange. We're going to be short by 1. We're going to give them plus 10. Give them some more coal, some more oil. So I think I should do, which would be smart, is this particular settlement here, right? We have oil. We need 540 people, which we have. Workforce. There's building slots here, but I don't... It will reduce our heat requirements. So if we put a subsidized housing block inside the extraction, it'll give us 20 shelter and cost us 20 heat. But I wonder if that's something I would need instead of this little housing section I have over here. What I'm looking to do is make this the minimum needed. Like, okay, this prefabs. So we'll deal with this another time. But I want to make as many a little extraction district here to get the prefabs, and then once these are done, then this settlement really is just about the oil. And we have oil for 11,000 weeks. So I should move people out and just make this one self-sustaining spot that I don't need to worry about anymore, because it's getting a little bit confusing taking care of all these different settlements. But first, let's get those prefabs. All right, back to New London. We're losing food still, which I don't like. I do think that we're going to need to get to a point where we're like, again, this is going to be just kind of a huge stockpile area, because we're almost out of resources on this map. I mean, not out, but enough that like it's not gonna last forever. Let's put it that way. Any laws we could rule on? We could vote on? There's no crime, so I don't need to worry about it. How are my stats here? There's a little bit of disease. Nope, we're good. A little bit of crime. Minor crime. Why? Because of the population size. It's a huge city, 30,000 people. Maybe we'll make another patrol tower, just because. Over there seems good. Doesn't really matter where you put it.
entitled to a monthly checkup at their local recovery hospital. Don't wait till it's too late.
Stupid.
Okay, I just researched something. A pharmaceutical lab, they want to vote on it. Do they want to vote on? No, that's not a law. It's just a building. Okay. Asylum. That's a radical idea, but let's see what it is. Institution where those deemed mentally unstable or degenerate are confined to prevent them from affecting the rest of society. Not willing to deal with that. Parenthood. We're going to need a bigger population. So, communal parenthood. Parents will give away their children to city-run facilities to ensure their well-being, leaving them free to concentrate on the needs of the city. That will increase the active workers significantly, but population growth will be marginally decreased. Dedicated motherhood. Women who bear children will be permanently spared from other duties to be able to concentrate on raising them. Population growth will be increased, but the percentage of active workers will be slightly decreased. That's the long haul. That's the long haul one. I want to do that one. Dedicated motherhood.
Stupid.
What do you want? Pressure point. Steward. The Stalwarts have organized a volunteer unit to repair some of the damage done during the whiteout, and are using the opportunity to pitch their alternate plan for Winterhome. There is still time to mine Winterhome for its cores to perfect the generator, one Stalwart says. We know the steward will make the right call and the city will be ready for it. However, the Pilgrims claim that the Stalwarts are purposefully scavenging Pilgrim-affiliated structures for their materials. This is an outrage. They aren't repairing the city, they're doing this just to spite us. The Pilgrims demand you put an end to this before others join the Stalwarts case. Okay. What are you doing? What are you guys doing? If we stop the repairs, it says we will not tear apart one limb to repair the others. Well, yeah. If I allow the repairs, it says the health of the city is above party lines. I don't agree with it. You're taking stuff from one to repair the other. So we're going to stop that. The Stalwarts are going to have their fervor go up, which means I think they're getting radicalized. Yeah, they have two of those things now. What happens if I click on them? Can I... They're preparing a protest. Listen, guys. We've been getting along. Kinda. You're the only issue here. Everybody else is okay. Okay, what do we need to do? We're not gonna do anything here. Goods. We still don't have enough goods. They are greedy for goods. Is there something we could do to improve our goods situation? Goods. Durable goods. Goods demand per capita is decreased. That's what we currently have in force, but to overcome scarcity, we could do mass-produced goods. I wonder what the difference is. Let's see. So it is 23 negative right now. The demand is 271, and the output is 333. So 271, 333. Let's remember that. We're going to vote on improving the production efficiency. It failed by one vote.
The delegates have spoken. The law is tabled.
We'll try again next time. Aha, look at all this that we've uncovered. We'll start down here with the question marks. Languid herd. These reindeer seem to be slowly dying away to constant storms and lack of edible fauna. They won't survive too many more years. Perhaps we should send out the hunters while we can. It's a very small amount. It's 90 food. But let's do that. It says it requires 1 core. Why did it let me do it if I don't have 1 core?
Steward.
Well, that would...
Hear us, steward.
What?
Steward.
What?
Steward.
Okay.
Steward.
Whoa, what's going on? Stalwarts protest. Steward. The Stalwarts have taken to the streets in protest against the Frostland settlement effort. This city stood for 30 years under the captain's order, but now these pilgrims are leading us toward catastrophe. We kept silent as the whiteout endangered us all, but no more. They evidently feel they have no further recourse to make their dissent known. They march in, lay siege to the district, and bring production to a grinding halt. What should we do? It says they also dislike weather-adjusted shifts, city-run alcohol shops, and dutiful youth. Accepting their demands, they want me to, within 40 weeks, repeal mandatory unions, which I'm actually okay with, demolish a patrol tower, nope, and repeal conservative treatment, also no. Further their vision. If you let them have their way, Stalwarts will cease their protest. Within 40 weeks, they want me to research liberated youth, thought correction prison, and experimental treatment. Yeah, but they're just going to do this again. It's like, no, I'm not giving in. Convince them to stop for now. Promise to make it up to the Stalwarts some other way. Okay, let's do that. And it says, due to poor relations, the Stalwarts have begun to protest. They seek to change the direction you're leading the city in. Production is halted in an affected district. For every 1,000 of their supporters, they will spread to another one over time. You can negotiate the end of the disruptions or quell them with guards. It will be more difficult and more violent the higher the fervor of protesters. Nullifying their fervor will also prevent them from blocking the district fully, as well as ultimately making the protest collapse on its own. Alright, I'm really not exactly sure what all that means, so let's just look here. How can I make them like me better, like me more? I mean, I could make them a promise. I can grant them the ability to choose the next law that's voted on. I could fund their projects. Let's see. Let's make a promise and see if any of it fits our agenda here. They want me to build an actuated heat dispatcher. Okay, I could do that. Yeah, okay, good, fine. Let's do it. How do I do that? Over here? There you go, guys. Let's see how much that helps you. And you know what? I'll fund some of your projects too. Okay, and yeah, you can choose the next vote. I mean, I guess I just kind of gave them a whole bunch, but at least it was on my terms, you know? Okay, back to Frostland. And question marks, that's where we were. A crumbling warehouse sits by a dilapidated track. It has been pillaged many times by scavengers, but one of our scouts noticed a metal trapdoor. She drilled through the thick metal and entered a buried chamber containing pristine cores. Instruction manuals in the chamber show the cores were intended to drive a locomotive, but we can refurbish them for other purposes in New London. 3 cores, pretty good. Great. Well, okay, so I want to use those cores to upgrade one of these settlements. Jonah's Whale Town will increase the output to 300 food, but then it's permanent. This coal settlement, 600 coal. Heat's important. And this is at Outpost 11. That's materials. People got injured in the protest. Oh, I actually like this base. Even though it doesn't seem like the right move, it will give me 20 more Frostland teams. Okay, you guys are distracting me. Let's do a little more exploring. We're going to explore this way. Mountains go. Coast. Frozen ocean I can't do. Okay, what do you guys want? Path to power for the city's safety. Steward. The Star Wars protest has terrified many in the city. Many are calling for a response from the council. The captain limited the steward's powers, but he couldn't have foreseen this dissent. Maybe the time has come to increase our leader's authority for the safety of the city. Several proposals have been suggested that would help us deal with the protests. It's up to you to decide if we will place them on the agenda. Okay, take me to the council. Why are we voting on mandatory school? Probably because that's what the stalwarts want. Alright, we'll vote on it. We have no choice, so.
The eyes have it.
Passed. The stalwarts wanted an actuated heat dispatcher. I'm currently building it. Why is it paused? Oh, 5 days, 20 hours, it'll be done. And they want it done in 1 week. So if I didn't immediately do that, that was going to be a problem. Okay. I've successfully raised it. The protests are collapsing. Your relations with Star Wars have improved enough that they don't feel inclined to protest. I guess I just needed to keep an eye on that bottom bar. Next time I'm not going to be so nice, guys. What do we want to research? Relationships. There's mandatory marriage, where population growth is increased. And then there's relationship rotation. With our species on the brink of extinction, we will assign people new partners regularly to maximize childbirth. Population growth is significantly increased, but disease is slightly increased. So again, it's a negative effect. We're just going to go with this one where it's only positives. Okay, they are exploring. Rowett Expedition. A transport lies in pieces, frozen corpses scattered around, unburied. Our scouts found a journal amongst the carnage. After that bloodshed weeks back, he's only got madder. He speaks of splitting atoms, setting the air on fire, ending the frost. He's declared this is a one-way journey and hanged the men who argued, not waiting for the same. So we're just gonna bury these. Let's bury those corpses. A line of rusting shacks marks an ideal fishing spot. The wind calm, the ice thin enough to cut through. Schools of cod and char swimming below. An outpost here could increase our supply by 90 food until its deposit is depleted. Let's go ahead and do that. You know, again, why does it say 5 Frostland teams and requires 1 core? Does that queue it up? Because I also see that we don't have those 3 cores that we wanted. So I'm not going to build anything there. Okay, what's this? A pair of broken down transports are flanked by unmarked graves. Neither damage nor death were the result of natural causes. If repaired, the transports could be useful for future expeditions. Then again, their cores could be useful too. So they're really trying to make you decide between cores, and they're a scarce thing. So maybe I didn't do a good job with that. And one of the previous ones I picked, exploration time being decreased. I should have taken the cores. Well, I'll take these. We got some question marks up there. We'll do those in a minute. Oh, we just got the 3 cores that I was talking about. I'm going to create a settlement here. Okay, this is now called Fortitude Base. Okay, what happens if we expand? We'll have 50 Frostland teams. That's great. But we need 1,100 workforce available, which we do not have, apparently. Why are our relations bad with the Stalwarts and now the New Londoners? Why are you guys, what's going on here? It's probably because I'm not researching things they like. So let me pay attention to that next time. Let's start researching things that they like.
At their local recovery hospital.
That's right, I built this last time. This was very efficient. I have these 4. Pharmaceutical lab, we don't need that yet. Do I want to make maybe another 2 industrials? Kind of got myself in a little corner here. I guess I don't need to use it, but let's see what it would look like if I did. Why is this not selecting this district? I kind of selected it, but there's no outline. Why? Alright, that's fine. I mean, there it is. Okay, good. It's a fuel stockpile. I don't want to get rid of that.
Steward.
What? Medical dissent. Steward. An angry young doctor came to complain about the inertia created by conservative treatment. We lost 3 people last week because of the fossilized procedures of senior staff. Me, I could have saved them, not those outdated dinosaurs, he raged. Don't let more people die because of the fussing of a few old men. The senior physician shrugged it off. Lack of control is the surest way to malpractice. Inexperienced doctors often struggle when losing a patient. He will get used to it. What should we do? We will dismiss procedures for time-sensitive cases, which will decrease disease but increase tension. We don't need this. We're going to maintain oversight. I never expanded those 2 over there. Dedicated motherhood. Let's vote on it.
The proposed law has been approved.
It has been approved. Okay, let's research something now for either the New Londoners or the Stalwarts. Just to make them feel like we're actually trying to help them out here. That's the Stalwarts. Relationship rotation. We're going to research it, but we're not actually going to do anything with it. Wow, it's researching really quickly, actually.
City. Your council has voted.
Okay. Promise to pilgrims broken. I guess I forgot to tell them that they could be granted the agenda. All right, it's okay. You're fine.
Any mothers out in public will be questioned.
Okay, so if I look on at my relations with the Stalwarts, they're skeptical because they don't like that I'm opposed to the city favoring tradition or adaptation. So it does say right there, slightly increased by being assigned to research recently. If I keep doing that, maybe I'll be able to do that, to get them more in my good graces. How about parenthood? Yeah, go for that too. Research that idea. All right, Frostland. We have a lot of teams going on. Fortitude base. We're going to expand this base. We have 116 Frostland teams. We're going to do a whole bunch of exploring. Ridgeline, mountains. Mountains, okay. How's the Dreadnought doing? We're good? We're still good. Okay, good. Let's, we talked about this. We're gonna dismantle these prefab extraction districts. You know what I never checked? I never checked how the goods were being produced. It was, 271 was the output and 333 or something was the demand. So I don't know what happened with that. Yeah, we're not really gonna vote on this, guys. Like, there's no way this is gonna pass, is it? I mean, I said I'd vote on it, so let's vote on it. I think it's gonna fail, though.
The votes are in.
Passed.
The measure passes.
51 out of 51. That means disease is gonna go up. How do I still have shelter
Take
scarcity?
note. A new rule enters into force.
I actually could put subsidized housing blocks everywhere, not just in the housing areas. I misunderstood that. I'm gonna build another housing district anyway, though. We have way too many people. I guess I should have thought about that. Okay. Fortitude base. Output is what? Just some teams, okay? I don't care about that. I mean, I care, but I don't care where it actually goes. Okay, Star Wars are liking me now because I'm like researching them. Researching ideas that they like. So now let's research something that the New Londoners would like. Isolation prison. I know I'm supposed to go to Winterhome, but I'm trying to get a better foothold on what's going on. And then I'll do that. Stewart, the young doctor who questioned the ways of conservative treatment, got into a violent fistfight with a senior surgeon. He had just lost another patient and blamed it on his senior, who allegedly took too long to approve a surgical procedure. The young doctor was fired and banned from medical practice. Seems reasonable. Let's do a check. How you guys doing in here? Making some goods? That guy's cheering about something. How about down in Generator Town? He's making snow angels. They're hopping around. Why does that say decreased efficiency on all of that? What does that mean? Why? Wait, what's happening here? Decrease efficiency? Why is there decreased efficiency? I have 2 research institutes. I don't know why there's decreased efficiency.
Relationship Rotation Day is coming. Please conclude all outstanding matters with your current partner.
Loaded sales pitch, city-run alcohol shops. Steward, the head of our alcohol monopoly office has a proposal for you. Our shops give people a taste of what they've been missing for years, but now they're clamoring for more. More variety, more shops, longer hours, better bargains. Why not give them what they want and increase our revenues at the same time? Some doctors worry promoting alcohol would lead to disease and dependency, but the extra funds could go to better services for all, medical care included. What do you say? No one is forcing anyone to drink, and our city could use the funds? Or refuse? Alcohol sales are a necessary evil and should not be promoted. I always could just change the law. So let's just, if it gets to be a problem, we'll just change the law. Let's check these question marks. The Old Empire, possible settlement. Over the snowy valley towers an opulent manor, complete with a marble ballroom and an indoor pool of hot spring water. Our scouts walk straight past the classical library and Turner seascapes to be amazed by the fur coats and felting gear in the servants' quarters, as well as silver skinning knives and leatherworking tools. The scouts wanted to take the boots and coats home, but the commander disagreed. We should use these samples and these tools to set up a factory, reproducing the works of the old world. Then everyone in New London will have a fur coat and waterproof boots. We definitely need this. 60,000 goods, or we could actually make a manufacturing depot. Let's do that. Which way do I want to go with this? I guess I'll go here. All right. Lot going on. Look at all this. Let us continue looking at the question marks. Once believed lost in the harsh grip of the frost, the miraculous return of seals fills our scouts' hearts with wonder. While their meat is valuable, some believe we should let the colony grow until seals once again become a common sight along the shore. We could hunt them, we could protect them, or we could just come back later. We're going to protect them. Atop a glacier, we found sealed crates marked with the stamp of the Imperial Exploration Company. Each was tied to some sort of sail, long worn out in the subsequent winds. The Scouts' commander thinks it is possible the crates were once dropped from airships. Tingling with anticipation, the scouts open them to find towels and toiletries. Fragrances from a dead world they have never smelt before. As silly as it sounds, this find might go some way to improving lives in New London, or be broken down to produce other products. Take the goods. Alright, a steel shed sits by a small crevasse, its doors rusted shut, the letters IEC embossed across its roof. Our scouts managed to cut their way in and found a store of cores and tower pumps, parts once used to construct the generator. We're going to take that. We'll get 2 cores and 100 prefabs. We have a bunch of scout teams available now, so let's send one off over here. Where else can we... You can explore there in the hills. You can explore here. We're good. Okay. A vote on communal parenthood. I want to see how that one's going to go. Go ahead, vote on it. See what you guys got.
Hear ye,
It has
hear
passed.
ye. The delegates have spoken.
I do feel like I'm losing a little bit of control over my the direction of the town here, but it'll be fine for now. Goods. Let's connect. Oh, I'm connecting this Skyway. How many goods? 58. If I expand the manufactory, I'll have 80 goods. Why does it say production efficiency is extremely decreased? Is that impacting my production back home? Why would it? Either way, we need the goods, so let's do it. At this rate, New London's just going to be a bunch of hubs to store stuff. We're not even going to have anything there to produce. We're just going to be getting it all from the Frostland, which that would be fine. Frozen Ocean. Where else? Okay, we're going to do all these question marks. There's a lot that we explored. Well, let's do these 2 right here. Rowett Expedition. Some survivors of an expedition have been taking refuge in an old coal mine, but they refuse to return to New London without their commander. He's our only hope. He'll come back and he'll bring the secret to the first spring with him. If we can find out what happened to the rest of the expedition, perhaps we can convince them to come home. We can bring them home now, or I can come back later. It says Rowett will never return. Take these people to New London. Well, let's look around. Maybe we'll find out what happened to the rest of the expedition. This is also a Rowett expedition. An abandoned research station battles the wind. Our scouts found a sealed case of letters from the lab at Fortitude Base, but the station's purpose remains unclear. The final note is addressed to Rowett himself. We won't need the others after all. We can do it ourselves. The scientific equipment is gone, but we could disassemble the structure itself. Whatever this place was, it has served its purpose. Okay. Don't really know what happened there, but that's okay. Now let's do these question marks. Nomads, possible settlement. A huge sawmill and kiln used by a group of nomads to produce oil from frozen timber. Our engineers believe we can make the machine much more efficient. If we could get on speaking terms with these nomads, we could share the machine, offering them some of the supply. Otherwise, we could take the machine by force. We're not going to take it by force. We're going to just share it and be nice people. Oh, we're going to need skyways all over here. I'll deal with that in a second. I want to... Okay. Nomads. This site is guarded by dark silhouettes who turn out to be nomadic people of this area. Clanking and grinding sounds echo over the ice. In the distance, we can see the entrances to ice caves. Some nights we also hear violent shouting, but nothing is more terrifying than those that pass in eerie silence. The nomads' guards signal that we should not approach. We can only listen and wonder. Convince them to let us pass. Okay, the nomads invite our scouts into their homes. They didn't say much, but from what the scouts saw, the caves are a place for different bands to trade food and supplies. The efficiency with which the nomads used oil for lighting and heating was particularly impressive. As a gift, their elders offered sketches of their oil heaters, some of their simplest devices, yet more advanced than anything in our own homes. Huh. We're going to bring the sketches to New London and it will decrease cold. I'm glad I'm exploring all this. Settlement population approximately 5,000 people in a shipwreck camp. Broken chains hang from the gunwale of a wrecked prison hulk. Founded by escaped convicts who swore all residents would be equal, rival gangs formed over time and now compete for power. Our scouts say the settlement is in chaos, with different laws and practices behind each bulkhead. Until a clear authority reigns, there is nothing we can do with the wreck. So I could reinstate old leaders, support new leadership, bring them all to New London, or come back later. That would be 3,300 people. Well, no, 5,300. If I reinstate them, they'll provide me with guards. Why would I want that? Support new leadership says if we arm the men at the nearby Baron's Cave, they'll be able to defeat the rival gangs and bring about order. Okay, so let's look for Baron's Cave. This is another shipwreck camp. The sound of sawmills can be heard miles before reaching the small commune of old escaped convicts. Each worker is paid equally, regardless of seniority, and they each wear the same uniforms even when not on shift. It seems they were once the organizers of the shipwreck camp, but many thought they were corrupt and new gangs forced them out of town. Okay, so we need to work on that other camp because we can't do what we need to do here. Come back later. Where's that Baron's Cave? Here's Baron's Cave. A wall of whiskey barrels protects the entrance to this cave. Inside, shackled servants sell anything from stolen jackets to sun drugs. Towards the back of the market is where the servants themselves are bought and sold. Our scouts were handed a message. To whoever rules New London, I rescued each of my servants from certain death in the plague-ridden bilge of the shipwreck camp. Send us the materials to make weapons and we can expand to the shipwreck itself. Huh, is this something I want to do? Yeah, I think so. They need to bring order to this area and then we'll hopefully be allies or something. Okay, go ahead. Do what you gotta do. Textiles factory. The factory's machinery has all been taken away, but thousands of uniforms lie in the warehouse, neatly sorted into rows according to size. A delivery schedule shows the clothes were being sent to the shipwreck camp. The last deliveries are marked as refused. The uniforms are simple but made from quality yarn. In any case, too many clothes are better than not enough. So we could take the uniforms and get 25,000 goods or use it as scrap and get 50,000 materials. Let's just take the goods. Right? Let's be efficient. How many materials does it take to make one good?
People of the city, Your council has voted.
It would be 3,000 more goods if we took the materials instead. Okay, hot springs. Some people from the hot springs have started a market for goods crafted from bone. It appears that a herd of musk ox froze in the valley. They have made use of every part of the frozen beasts to sustain themselves, including their bones. The traders are on the verge of starving. They will happily give us their goods for some food. There you go. Settlement population in the hot springs. These hard people live in deep reverence of the natural spring, which they believe can cure any ailment. Their simple hothouses and subterranean housing are barely enough to support their population, so their culture ensures nothing is wasted and no weakness is tolerated. They are skeptical of outsiders, but perhaps we can convince or force them to allow our sick to heal at the natural spring. If we have access and a trail to the hot springs, we can reduce disease. So we don't have a trail yet. That's the only reason why. We're going to build skyways to all this stuff. Many small mounds under a cliff attracted our scouts' attention. They discovered hundreds of infant skeletons. A track from the top of the cliff leads to the hot springs. We can only assume that they have their reasons for doing this. Perhaps we can offer to take any children the hot springs cannot support to New London. Yes, we will do that. The old empire crashed dirigible. An opulent passenger vessel lies under the snow, barely visible. The charts inside indicate it left London and was heading for a site in the Ashtop Mountains when the great storm struck. There seems to be many more bodies than the vessel was designed to carry. It will be grim work to dig around the bodies, but we can salvage cores from the wreck. Okay, that's 3 cores. Familiar herd. The same reindeer herd has provided us food at various occasions over the last few decades. It seems the herd's numbers have increased. We can safely send over the hunters. Okay. Good to know. Ghost Town. All signs indicate this settlement was habited until recently. Strangely, the larder was emptied, but most clothing and personal items were left behind. There are some blood stains in the snow, but no bodies were found. One scout found a salvageable core beneath the hearth of the town hall, earning herself extra rations. The buildings themselves contain useful components too, if we can spare the men to dismantle them. If we take the cores, we get 1. If we take everything, we get 1 core and 500 prefabs, but it takes a lot more Frostland teams. That's fine. We have the teams. Musk ox herd. Our scouts swear these beasts grow thicker coats every year, adapting to the frost. In a few years, they might be able to survive even with a whiteout without a care. We're going to harvest that as well. Our scouts found a variety of mushrooms growing within the different depths of this cave. Broken heat pipes run through the caverns. The scouts suspect this place was an attempt by the hot springs populace to develop a heartier food source. We could take the mushrooms to add more variety to our hothouses, or we could repair this facility and share its benefits with the hot springs' people. Of course, we're going to repair it. And we'll harvest. Okay, what's up here? A group of nomads have dug a coal mine on the site, using it to fuel a set of crude hothouses. However, their design is flawed and they haven't yet been able to grow any crops. A quick exchange between them and our scouts suggests they will give us the site if we provide them with enough food for them to travel elsewhere. Alternatively, we could send in guards to drive them away. Send food. We don't have enough Frostland teams, so we'll have to wait on that. Okay, we'll wait on that. We have stuff going on in New London anyway. David Home, carpenter, browsing a shelf stocked with different spirits. Oh, schnapps. Never tried that before. Hints of strawberry. Wonder how they managed that. Aged and infused with peat. Could be fun. Ah, here's the good stuff. 120 proof with a special deal. Today only, buy 2, get 1 free. Anna's always moaning we're short on funds, so she'll appreciate the bargain. Maybe we'll have company over. Yeah, this is not going to go well. What do we want to research next? How about these hubs? I haven't really done these hubs. Airport hub, air transport hub. It reduces workforce requirements. Let's just use it as a means to increase our relations with these people. We'll do for the New Londoners. Okay, we're waiting for more Frostlane teams to finish their stuff here. Let's send these people some food. A rusted derrick breaks the white horizon. Below the oil well lies empty. Our scouts found scrap materials in a larger hangar nearby, along with blueprints illustrating how to convert a dreadnought's coal engine to use oil. Underneath a patina of ice and rust, our scouts found that the surface of the oil derrick has been almost completely scored with psalms and prayers. We could salvage the remains and get 300 prefabs. Anything else to explore? They are doing their thing. They're almost done here. Perfect timing. Staging area, Rowett Expedition. Judging from the remains, dozens of vehicles were manned and loaded here. Our scouts found some maps in a half-buried crate, each marked with the possible locations of other generator cities. One was annotated with thick letters, Rowett Knows. They left with such enthusiasm that many tools and scrap pieces were left behind to be buried by snow and time. We're going to gather the scraps. A hunting camp. A row of hunters' hangars breaks the flat white landscape. Once the workers gathered food for a great expedition, now we may gather food to feed our great city. Okay, we'll harvest that. A pair of automatons lie broken in the snow. Their tracks show they lost their navigational bearings and followed each other in a circle until they broke down. The scouts make their story sound almost romantic. We can either take their cores or repair the automatons to work in New London. We'll take the cores. We need them for upgrades. Let's launch an expedition to these mountains. Are there any other areas we haven't explored? Oh, there's oil right there I can make into a settlement. Frozen Ocean is currently being explored. And I think I've explored almost every zone here. Frozen Grove. We found a grove of trees encased in snow and ice, the perfect site for a crew with a wall drill to extract timber. Connect that skyway. An explorer's grave. A pile of stones breaks the horizon. The cairn is both a grave and a cache. We firmly believe the core within was left for whoever finds themselves in need, and not for the explorer's journey in the afterlife. Some of the scouts fear disturbing the stones, while others point out that we can take the core and reassemble the cairn afterwards. Okay, we did that. And we never found out what happened to this expedition. Or maybe we did, actually. Because maybe this option would have been grayed out. I think that is the case. This option would have been grayed out. But since we did figure out what happened to Rowett, now we could tell them that he'll never return. So we're going to take them back to New London. I bet you New London right now has so much crime because we took in another like 10,000 people. Well, not 10,000, but a lot. Oh, I didn't build a skyway from here to here. We have to work on our skyways. Are we missing opportunities? What's this? Create a settlement to increase all stockpile limits. Okay, but we're gonna greatly increase stockpile limits. I'm seeing the sign that says the whiteouts no longer disable the settlement. So I guess that's going to be important at some point. Okay, we're able to support new leaders now at the shipwreck camp. They will embrace merit and the black market will generate heat stamps for New London. Let's do it. We have to build skyways, that's right. Okay, so let's build some skyways. Get this going. Oh wow, this is rough over here. Okay, that's one. What's this? Do we need a skyway here? I guess not. That should work. Okay, let's make more skyways here. Probably not making these in the most efficient way possible, so I'm wasting materials. Okay, I guess that's okay. How about this oil? Oh, I gotta wait till they're done with the skyways.
Communal caregivers.
What's up? Okay.
Carefully monitor.
Faction rally. Bursting with support, the streets fill with pilgrims as they praise your name and call upon the rest of the city to rise for you as well. Pilgrims have begun rallying in support of you and the direction you have led the city. Their devotion attracts more followers, and their rallies grow in size and enthusiasm. How should they help the city? I mean, I kind of just want them to do whatever they want. We're in good shape. Just do as you please. We're low on housing. Let's see. Oh, look at this. We can get rid of these. We're running out of resources in here. We really need more stockpiles. We need more housing too. Why are they protesting? Okay, so the stalwarts are protesting again. This city is changing and for the worse. We present this list of demands. 10 to them we will disperse, said one of their leaders. But if you refuse to change course on those, let us create a warm paradise for all to live in. They will keep protesting until you respect their demand, further their vision of the city, or force them to disperse. Nope. I will convince them again, just how I did last time. We'll research some of their ideas. I want to change this back to mandatory marriage. Let's see if the law passes.
Hear ye,
It failed.
hear ye. The proposed law has been rejected.
I mean, because like our population growth is almost too much. I think we just need to get to Winterhome. But let's finish this. Here's oil. $5.5 million units will last 7,800 weeks. But if we do this, it'll increase. It'll be 120 oil forever. Do it. I kind of see. I mean, they're throttling us with these cores. So I'm wondering how that's going to work out for us. What's this Winter Palace? I don't remember this. Oh, goods. We'll have 160 goods if we improve it, so let's improve it. You know what I want to get rid of next is mandatory unions. Oh, I think that'll really make Star Wars happy. Not that I care, but I mean, I do a little bit. Oh, we have more question marks. Slavers Camp. Several scouts went missing in this area over the years. Finally, we traced their tracks to this walled camp. We can see cages and guarded huts. It seems to be some kind of slaving camp. If we sent guards, we could deal with the slavers and rescue some of the prisoners. Our scouts will certainly feel safer knowing they can explore without having to watch their backs. So we need 20 guard squads, and we'll get like 1,000 people. Yeah. Go for it. Okay. Under the snow lies a settlement from the old times, its people long gone and its structures damaged and decayed by the frost. An outpost here could increase our supply by 200 materials. Connect skyways. Let's do it. We'll use this as a little hub. Okay. Breakdown point. From the size of the abandoned workshop, wooden scaffolding, and support structures, our scouts believe a dreadnought was serviced here for several months. Around the workshop, they found the remains of training equipment. Targets, bows, rifles, and compasses, all used and repaired and used again to the point of shattering. A small graveyard stood to the side, near a crude sculpture of a man covered in eels. Its plinth reads, "Those who stay are lost, but those who move on will be found." Okay, if we salvage the remains, we get 150 prefabs and a little story. Do we have anywhere else to chart? we have nowhere else to chart over here. I'm clicking around the edges just to make sure. I see question marks I need to deal with. Looks like over here or something. I'll do that in a minute. Okay, what's this? Reverberating wreck. The scouts came to this particular wreck after hearing tapping on its hull. Descending the decks, they found no living souls but discovered an automaton still tapping an SOS on the hull after 30 years. The scouts have nicknamed the machine the Tap Dancer. We could either cut the automaton free and send it to New London, or scrap it for its cores. I don't want to scrap this guy. I mean, I know it's a core and it's just a story, but I think it should live on. It was so dedicated for 30 years. Tap Dancer will now go back to New London. Okay. The water warmer benefits this thinner ice is teeming with fish. Oh, I'm sorry. The warmer water beneath this thinning ice is teeming with fish. Occasionally, a walrus can be seen swimming through the schools looking for prey. We're going to harvest that. We're going to need a food hub. Crashed hulk. A tracked transport lies wedged tightly in a crevasse. Rows of resigned faces visible through the windows. The engine at the front is a shredded mess. Ash and melted steel scarring the wall of ice where it collided, its precious cores clearly destroyed. Our scouts plan to knock the transport down to the crevasse's bottom to easily salvage its materials and coal. They could carefully remove and bury the bodies first, so they're not crushed in the fall, but that will take more men and time. Yep, take it. We have a bunch of settlements around. Can we chart this yet? It says too dangerous to chart at this time. Maintenance hub. Okay. We'll do a fighting hub too for the stalwarts. Guys want some money? Here's some money. How about you guys? There, there's some money too. Some would call it bribery. I call it smart negotiations. Trust falls due to ongoing protests. Well, it's dispersing, and it's just taking them a second. Maybe I should be trying to do this rule stuff. The Bureau of Propaganda. Let's try. I haven't tried it in a while. Let's try it. So we need 67 delegates. Okay, I'm respected, so it should work. How about if we want to see about negotiating. New Londoners, they want something. They want an actuated heat dispatcher. That's an easy one. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, vote. Let's see if they give me more power. Come on. It did. It worked.
The delegates have
Overwhelmingly
spoken.
passed.
The law takes effect.
So now we have to build one actuated heat dispatcher building. Where do we even build that?
Take note. A new rule enters into force.
I don't want to upgrade all these settlements. But we have a lot of food coming in, a lot of materials, but we're not able to stockpile them because we don't have enough hubs. Do we just need to make a whole bunch of hubs somewhere? Let's do that. They require heat. It's not a district. Okay, New Londoners are happy I kept my word. Where do we want to make all of our hubs, guys? Let's see. What's going to expire is really the question. All kind of here. And let's just make some food ones over here and see what happens. Whoops. Food stockpile hub. Can we not make them close to each other? We cannot. So that's how they stop you from doing that. But that's fine. It's going to be a little bit messy, and I'm okay with that. I want to be able to stockpile food. Okay, that's 4 for that. How much does each give us? Is it 50? It's 50. So that'll be another 200,000. That's great. How about materials? Let's do that one next. That's not great. Oh, can we overlap hubs though? That's not what I wanted. Okay, so we actually could have a whole section of just hubs. That's what we're gonna work toward. Let's do it, is that the permanent one?
Every citizen is entitled to a monthly checkup at their local recovery hospital.
We're gonna
Don't wait till it's too late.
uncover all of this right now. That wasn't smart, but that's fine. A little inefficient. Okay. I have way too much stuff coming in, I think, is what's happening here. That's fine. So we're going to do fuel stockpile. We're going to kind of stagger these things. Is that housing? Well, I don't really... Okay. Fighting hub. Who cares about that? Great. Let's do a fuel stockpile. So what is it? It could just be, I guess it can't be within that same range, like there. So that was for fuel, right? So you can't put it right next to it. Oh, this is easy then. Let's do materials. David Holm, beggar, looking at reflection in alcohol shop window. Oh, Dave, you're a wreck. When'd you last shave, eh? Or bathe, for that matter. What would Anna say to see you like this? Though appearances would be last in her mind, I reckon, more likely. Why'd you drink away all of our funds? Or did you pass out somewhere soft at least last night? Maybe next $5 I get goes on a haircut. No, the one after that. First, I need a drink. This is the guy that got that 2-for-1 special. We gotta get rid of this alcohol in our city here. Let's get rid of it. Let's see if this passes without me doing anything. It failed by 1 vote.
The votes are in. The measure failed.
I'll try again some other time. Let's do a rail hub, and we'll do it for stalwarts. Okay, we were getting distracted, as this game likes to do. What do we have here? Fighting hub, a fuel stockpile hub. Oh, I just canceled the fighting hub by mistake, but that's fine. We're gonna make a materials stockpile hub. Another material stockpile hub like that. Another one like that. That'll be good. And then if we make food ones, we'll stagger them also. It thinks I'm clicking on the research button. I'm doing it too quick. Okay, great. Now we need housing. I feel like I should just dig all this out, to be honest. While I have the heat stamps and the people, I'm just going to do some of this. Alright, we currently have the ability to stockpile 360,000 food. That seems like a good amount. Materials is 410, but that's about to be probably what? 560? Okay. Goods. I mean, we're doing very well.
Have once
A little bit too well.
Please ensure all personal timepieces are aligned.
Okay, let's take a quick zoom out. Let's explore this last area. I think this is the last or one of the last. This is looking pretty good. So we have the main New London base city. We have the old Dreadnought giving us oil. We have a bunch of outposts around that I'm going to upgrade to make them permanent. Although I don't think they're going to still be able to keep us sustained.
Brace yourselves. Cold is coming.
These are materials and let's do a couple of fuel. Desperate mother. Communal parenthood. Stewart, a woman was arrested for breaking into a city nursery and trying to steal a baby. She claims it was her own. There is no evidence it's her child, as all newborns taken from their mothers are assigned new names. I just know it's him, the woman insists. I recognize his cry. She has garnered support from people who deem the law too extreme. They think communal parenthood should grant biological parents visitation rights of their offspring. What should we do? Uphold the law and punish her? Or give biological parents visitation rights? I'm doing that. What do we want to vote on here? Secret police. To identify and neutralize opponents, a dedicated force will keep watch on the city's population. This unlocks the assigned secret police community action, which presents different options to manipulate factions, size, and council participation. Maybe I could reduce the size of the stalwarts. I mean, they're not going to be in favor of that. Why would they be? We can try it. Or I could actually pass a law that's more productive. Let's make let's do dedicated motherhood. I liked that one. We tried it last time, didn't we? Let's see. Oh wait, we wanted to get rid of unions. I remember that now. Where's unions? Yeah, I mean, look, that's why our efficiency is decreased. We're going to propose that we vote on this one. I'm not sure it's going to pass, though. It did. Great. Oh, yeah, look, goods and everything. Everything went up. All production went up. Great.
People of the city, your...
A lot going on. Parts out of rotation, relationship rotation. Steward. A woman has come forward to complain about her rotation partner. I've compared our medical records, references, and diet restrictions. We're a scientifically ideal match. Yet he refuses to follow our dating itinerary and insists on sneaking off to spend his evenings with his previous, less compatible partner. It's completely illogical. This is not an isolated case. Upon finding a match they like, it is not uncommon that some people maintain their previous relationship instead of committing to the new one. What should we do? Well, if I had it my way, it would be the whole committed relationship one, not the rotation one. So whatever we pick here is going to be temporary. Let's see. Trust will fall if we say that they must sever ties. But my relationship with the stalwarts will improve. If we refuse to interfere, then my relationship gets worse with them, but it's less effective at population growth, which it's not going to matter anyway. So let's see how that is. Okay, we're not going to interfere. All right, so let's see. Okay, well, I wanted to do a law, right? I wanted to do. Well, actually, yeah. Let's research something. What do we want to research? Let's see, generate upgrade. Whatever we talked about that. Resources. Frostland's going great. We're actually pretty much done with the Frostlands, it seems like, actually. Okay, 20% harvesting efficiency. Well, that's good. Okay, we're gonna research that. Let's take a look and see what's going on here. Let's watch these guys for a second. What are they up to? All right. What is next on the agenda? All right, let's I know that I'm really going overboard with exploring and getting all of these towns and everything set up. I don't know exactly what to expect when I get to Winterholm. So we're gonna just oh, Miracle Valley, which is explored. Okay, good. We have two more question marks. Ice sailors. On first contact, these people were very reluctant to speak to our scouts. When we shared rations and alcohol to warm up, they opened up. They are master foragers with ingenious sail-powered sledges they use to move around the Frostland fast. However, they seem to be obsessed with finding certain medicinal mosses and cave mushrooms that can be found in the area. Obsessed to the point of neglecting finding regular food. We could try to help them find the caves or discourage them and make them go home to their families. So if we help them, we will have access to a harvesting site. And if we force them to return to their families, we'll have access to the same harvesting site that supplies less food, and then we could bring people to New London. No. Well, we're going to help them out. Help them search. Break this obsession they have. And send the leftovers to New London. Okay, what's this one? These shelters are inhabited by only women and children clad in furs. It seems their main occupation is the construction and repair of distinctive sledges with sails for their foraging men. Our husbands barely come home, one grandmother explained, and when they do, they're out of their minds. We could bring the women and children to New London, but many refuse to leave, their eyes watching for sails on the horizon. Okay, so we can't take all the families because they refuse to leave without their sons and husbands. Or we could take some of them. I think that's because we didn't force these other people to go home. Let's see how that plays out. I'm going to leave it alone for now. Alright, let's take this in and look real quick. Alright, so we have multiple little towns here. This one's been fully upgraded. It doesn't have the little gold outline, so... or the little upgrade icon. So we have 5 that we can actually upgrade. And we have 9 cores. I think they usually take like 1 or 2. So like this one takes 2. It increases the food output to 300 instead of 200. This one takes 2 also and increases the oil output. This one's just heat stamps. I mean, do I really care that much? No, I'm not going to upgrade this one. I really don't care about more heat stamps. I like that we can increase our stockpile limit, so we're going to go ahead and upgrade that one. This coal mine goes from 400 to 600 coal. Are we starved for coal? Not really. Oh, we wanted to vote on something. That's right. Oh, we can't. So it's in recess right now.
Let's do it.
Pilgrims' rallies are expanding. Alright, you know what? We are going to ask them for something this time. We're going to ask them for... I mean, we have an abundance of everything. I'm not sure what to get. How about workforce? No, wait. I'm going to say... No. Yeah, workforce. We have 2,800 heat stamps. You know what we're going to do right now? Just because we can. We're going to explore everything here. Because I feel like we're going to need it at some point. And we don't want to be fooling around with that when we have to do other things. This may seem like a waste of time, and it probably is. I want to make sure it gets done. I think I'm going to need to expand my housing, probably this way, so actually let me do this right here. While I have all this workforce available. Oops. How about over here? Okay, just about done doing all this. That was inefficient, but that's fine. That was crazy inefficient. Okay, I'm out of, what am I out of? Nothing yet. Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna need this area here uncovered. I made a whole bunch of hubs, so I'm good on stockpiling, I'm pretty sure. Oh, this food thing is done. It's out of resources, so let's deconstruct. Okay, we're frost breaking a lot. Let's go over to the old dreadnought. How are these guys doing? I did say that when I got rid of all my prefabs, which I think we already did, that I was just going to kind of make this self-sustaining and then leave it alone. Because the oil, we have 9,900 weeks left. Same at all of them, I believe. Yeah, so this is basically done. Population's good, food is good. We're actually probably at we're at our stockpile hub. Same thing with materials and goods. We might as well make a couple of little things here for them. Like we'll make a do they have enough fuel? They don't have fuel stockpiled. So let me work on that, because that's gonna eventually hurt us. Let's make sure that they have a stockpile here of oil. We're gonna make a fuel hub. We're gonna make a food hub. And these guys are gonna be done. We'll make a goods hub for good measure. And we don't really need a materials hub because there's nothing for them to do here with materials. The same thing with the food. Might as well make a materials hub real quick. Oh, hey, I didn't realize about this. Communication hub will increase the trust. Okay. I gotta go back to New London to do that, because...
Seniors, remember, our dutiful youth are eager to help however needed.
Wait, where's my... Oh, I picked the wrong thing. Yeah, let's trust rise it slightly. Let's do that on all of them. I should have realized that. So, add it to the list. Top 6 thing that I wish I would have known before I started playing Frostpunk 2. Add communication hubs around where your housing is, and your trust will go up. I'm putting them everywhere. Okay, that's enough. Okay. Great. What are we doing? We got somebody talking. Hell hath no fury. Steward. The woman who had complained about her unwilling rotation partner has been arrested for his murder. You saw how he was acting, furtively copulating with an inferior match, completely ruled by his feelings. I simply removed the deficient genetic string from the city's reproductive library. You're welcome. I can't say I blame her. So just to go over this again real quick, the communication hub is just one of those other hubs in the game, and it will broadcast public service announcements to keep citizens aligned with the city's vision. it increases trust, which is that overall stat that you need as the steward to be accepted as their leader.
Steward.
Separated families allow productive outsiders. Steward, a large group of people has set up camp outside the city by one of our checkpoints. They claim to be relatives of outsiders we let in. My daughter is alone in there, said a distressed mother. You need to let me in. She needs me. After checking, we told her that her daughter, a 15-year-old laundress, is safe and doing well, but the mother won't budge. Like her, the others are refusing to leave until they are let in. What should we do? Relax the law to keep families together, or keep a strict selection? Yeah, let's let them in. We're good on population. We're in a period of abundance right now. No problem. Okay, council, I want to get rid of that rule about people, marriage and relationships. Okay, relationships right here. Mandatory marriage, and instead of relationship rotation. Every time I propose this, though, it fails, so maybe I need to negotiate. Frostlanders and New Londoners. What do you want? Frostlanders, you want a moth filtration tower. Structure that circulates the ambient air through natural moss that absorbs and filters impurities. Squalor is significantly decreased. Well, I haven't had a need for that, but they just wanted me to research it. They don't want me to actually build it. So yeah, I'll research that all day long. Or for 5 weeks, however long it takes. Okay, accept. Now let's vote. The fix is in. Here we go.
The proposed law has been approved.
Yeah, it is. Okay, where are we going next? Okay.
Take note.
Okay, research moss filtration tower. Filtration towers. I'm probably going to need this at some point. Just checking my stats here because I have some downward arrows. Oh, why wasn't that full? I had plenty of workforce. That's what it is. Okay, well I don't know why that happened, but I'm gonna put them all back up. Okay, so this icon with the little gear and the downwards has slightly decreased efficiency because I didn't have full workload here. I must have ran low on people at some point and that happened. And then it just never went back. Why am I low on housing? Let's fix that. Alright, housing. Let's build a little bit more, and then we're going to go find Winterhome. That's the very next thing we're going to do. After we click on that. Do I want to be that close? Sure, why not? So, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We're going to do right there. So that's going to go. We're going to put a hub right there. That'll be good right there. And then I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Just counting how many I can expand to. Okay. Program war, mandatory schools. Steward, people are increasingly arguing over the curriculum taught in schools. Some think we should reduce theoretical knowledge and provide more survival training. We're filling these kids' heads with numbers and useless junk, complained an angry trapper. We ought to take them on field trips to hunt. Others argue for the exact opposite. We need to teach children how to think and come up with new solutions instead of perpetuating outdated practices, says an engineer. What should we do? We can keep a balanced education, and if I do that, my relations will worsen with everybody. We concentrate on science, research speed will go up, and improved relations with New Londoners and stalwarts. If we do survival training, then mandatory school will no longer increase research speed, but it will provide food instead, which is exactly what we're going to do. Remember the theory here. Research speed doesn't matter when you're done researching. So every choice we're going to make is going to be something that I don't really care about research speed. I care about producing more food. Okay, right after these housing districts are done, we're going to go to Winterhome.
Unmarried adults are invited to a night of expedited courtship.
Waste management. Waste repurposing facility, a facility that gathers and sorts through rubbish to retrieve usable materials. So it actually will output materials and decrease squalor. Let's do it. Okay, we're good on housing. We're not going to do any more hubs right now until we need them. Okay, let's find Winterhome. Winterhome, where are you? Ruins of Winterhome. Gulp. Okay. Winterhome has a cursed history. A series of corrupt leaders pushed the city's generator beyond its limits. At last, a competent captain took charge, but by then the generator had been permanently damaged and doomed to explode. The city's people had no choice but to gather all they could to a nearby dreadnought and take their chances in the Frostland. Rumor has it that the ruins still hold valuable resources, but our scouts avoid the site, fearing toxic gases leaking from fissures in the ground and ghosts that wail through the night. Okay, we're going to explore the site. The time has come to make use of the cursed city. Alright, we gotta make a skyway. new law. Let's see. What new laws do we want to do? Labor organization. Oh, that's right. We got rid of mandatory unions. Yeah, good. I didn't want them anyway. Anything else we could do around here that would help us? Let's just check that quick. No, we've picked all really good things. So, like this one, for example, so community service. In the beginning, you might want to do like expedition support because it'll make your exploration time less. And then you could always propose later on something different. But we did a good job here. We don't need as much heat because of this. We can increase our heat stamps, but we're fine there too. Accept all outsiders. Allow productive outsiders. Yep, we're all good here. Infectious badge. We don't have any disease issues, so we're fine. Oh, alcohol. So in the last, maybe a little bit ago, there was some guy who he got into a fight with his wife, Anna, because of these city-run alcohol shops. I feel like that's just going to keep being a thing. Let's help out people out by let's make it just alcohol rations instead. And let's propose it and see if they want to go for it. Let's see what the will of people is with alcohol.
The eyes have it.
The test.
Take note. Enters into force.
All right. Okay. Winterhome is okay. So we made the Skyway. Scouts report the valley is filled with toxic miasma seeping from chasms in the ground, seemingly made by a huge explosion. In an effort to make the site more hospitable, we could force an avalanche down down the valley, covering some of the fissures. But we would bury the technological roots of the city forever. If we want to access the foundations of the destroyed generator and salvage the cores within, we have to demolish the last of the ruins and crack the ground open even more. Once our colonists arrive, we will have to choose. It says this is an extremely dangerous place. We better come prepared. Okay. So we're going to send our colonists. Return to Winterhome. Descending into the Valley of Winterhome will be very challenging. We will need to divert resources, manpower, and attention from New London. Are you certain you wish to confront this challenge now? Yeah, we're good. Send colonists, Winterhome, Steward. A radical group of pilgrims has come forward with a proposition. They suggest ensuring the leading members of the Stalwarts end up included in the colonist group that will set out for Winterhome. The Stalwarts have been the source of discord in New London, one member of the Pilgrims says. Make sure the most fervent among them join the main group of Winterhome colonists. With them gone, New London will be free from protests. What should we do? A group must be sent to carry out the work at Winterhome. If I recruit colonists equally, then the group called Colonists will settle Winterhome. If I pick the instigators from the Stalwarts, in addition to everyone, all disturbances in New London will cease. or decide later? No, everybody. This is going to be an extension of New London, and the values that we have come to discover. The New Londoners, the Stalwarts, the Pilgrims, the Frostlanders. We've been through a lot, and so we're going to pick a little bit from each affiliation and send them off to Winterhome. There we go. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make a little bit of... I have a lot of goods, so I'm going to make some prefabs. Feel like we're going to need those at some point. Okay. Veronica Pettit, caretaker, hauling buckets up the stairs. The elevator broke again. It's the newcomer kids, I'm sure. Little imps ride it up and down all day. Parents are no better. They push it into the queues, buy up all the meat, get drunk, and rowdy. Like wild animals. What do they contribute to the city? Who do they think they are, acting like they own the place? That's because I amended the law that let in whole families regardless of their qualifications. Okay.
Steward.
Confirmed bachelor. Steward. A controversy is disrupting the work of our scouts. A certain high-ranking officer remains unmarried. His preference for the bachelor lifestyle long raised eyebrows in the Corps, but his defiance even after marriage was made mandatory has caused a scandal. Other officers refuse to be seen in his company, and subordinates request transfers to other divisions. Only his aide, who has served with him for years, stays by his side. What should we do with him? We can remove him from office, which will increase our exploration time and improve relations with the Pilgrims, or keep him in office. He has done nothing to merit dismissal. The gossips should mind their own business. Yeah, I agree. Bunch of busybodies. Okay. Are we here yet? Let's see. Come on, Winterhome people. Oh, there they are, right there. Going on that skyway. Going along. Here they go. Here they go. About to get there. They're there. It's auto-saving, which always means something crazy is going to happen. Alright, what is this?
Steward.
The fate of Winterhome, a pivotal choice. Okay, what is this? The Winterhome expedition has arrived to the Cursed City. The cores under the ruins could be used to further upgrade New London's generator, bringing about levels of warmth we never dreamt of. To reach the cores, we would have to demolish the ruins, split the earth open to access those that are buried, and extract them quickly before toxicity renders Winterhome forever uninhabitable. Alternatively, we could seal the toxic fissures, forever burying most of the cores. We could bring an avalanche down to batten down the cracks, then work fast to manually close what remains. But afterwards we could build a new city here and use it as a springboard for our expansion. Whichever approach we take, there will be no turning back. Our decision here will shape the power balance between Pilgrims and Stalwarts. Oh, I have no idea what to do. Can't really see Winterhome, can't see what we're working with. We have two options. Salvage Winterhome. We'll blow the ruins. We need more cores to upgrade our generator to full capacity. The stalwarts approve of that decision. The pilgrims disapprove. Or we settle Winterhome, where we close the fissures. If we can settle here, no single whiteout will endanger all of us again. So, as a city, if we think about this and how we've been playing, or living, surviving, I think that we would want to settle Winterhome. We've been settling all these other cities all around, and kind of going crazy doing all that. If we just salvage Winterhome and just take the cores and upgrade our generator back at New London, first of all, we don't really have a need for that. I mean, there's really not, like, we're fine on heat, we're good. But there's a compelling point here that if we settle it, we'll never experience a whiteout in both locations ever again, which means we'll never face extinction in total. So I think we need to settle Winterhome. We're going to settle it. We're going to have another city. This is what we've been doing. We've been expanding our outposts and everything. So the stalwarts are going to be, they're going to not be happy, but they haven't been happy for years, let's be honest. So let's go ahead and settle Winterhome and see what happens. This choice will realize the pilgrims' dreams and undermine any hope for the future the stalwarts wanted. Confirm your choice. So remember, the pilgrims wanted us to embrace the frost. Pilgrims want us to embrace the frost. Go ahead, make outposts, spread around. We'll live in it. We'll be fine. That's what they wanted, and that's kind of what we've been doing. That's the choice we made in the beginning. The stalwarts wanted us to have such a good generator that we could make it so hot that it would melt the snow all around New London. Not all the way into this Frostland or anything like that, but all around New London. And we would never have to worry about heat again in New London. We're gonna accept our choice. We're going to expand. The stalwarts are gonna be mad at us. We're going to embrace the frost. We're not gonna fight the frost. We're gonna confirm. Alright, that's the end of chapter 3. We decided to colonize Winterhome. And next episode, we're going to see what that actually entails. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.